on that topic. So now to our last topic, kind of
I can close
it's a
my,
religious
I
it's
can
a
close
religious
my
topic.
iPad on this last topic. This is fun.
Is it?
Hold
And let me see. Let me put that up there. And the reason I'm putting that up there because we just got done talking about the Duggars and religion and how that's a family dynamic. And it always amazes me the correlation between family and religion, right? And so we getting ready to talk about should a woman be submissive? Or because like last week we talked about chivalry. What should a man, old school chivalry. So now we're going to talk about how old school, I don't know,
Submissiveness.
or however you want to put it. I mean, it's a biblical thing, right? Ain't it?
It is. It's in Corinthians. I wish I could remember right now the exact scripture where.
And what always gets
it
me is
says-
how some women, I only talk to black women. I mean, date, whatever. So, I mean, I'm not prejudiced. Maybe I am. Anyway, sisters will sit up there and
It's
go,
not prejudice,
I
it's a preference.
understand. Look what the one sister told me. She says, I understand about being submissive, and that's the word from the Bible, and I don't mind as long as the man shows leadership skills and he's respectful. But the problem is there's just not many men like that nowadays. I was looking at her like, shit, there ain't many women that deserve it.
Wow. See, that's the problem right there. If you're doing it based on Bible principles are not based on does that person deserve it. Think about the golden rule. It doesn't say treat others as you would have them treat you if they're treating you the way you wanted to be treated. It just says treat others the way you used to want to be treated, not how you think they should be treated,
Right.
but like you want to be treated. In the scriptural point before, it don't have a direct quote anymore up on the screen, but it said that the man's supposed to love.
Right there.
Right. Okay. Man, love your wife. It didn't say love your wife if she's sweet. It say love your wife.
Regardless.
Then the woman, she's
Oh,
supposed
there
to
you go
respect
again.
her husband.
Hey, there you go.
Regardless.
But people always say this. Women have come across and they act like they should be respected just because they're women, right? But yet at that same time, if we go into another parameter or even in that same situation, most people will say respect is something that should be earned.
Okay, but this is the way I've always been taught about that principle, that scripture. It's not that men are supposed to love their woman and not respect them. You're supposed to do both. You're supposed to love and you're supposed to respect them. It's not that your woman's supposed to respect your husband and not love him. You're supposed to do both. You both supposed to respect him. You're supposed to love him. Now, why tell the man to love his woman? Because a good man a man that has a good wife, he see her he come home, do whatever around the house. He see what she do in the house. He see what she do for the relationship. He respect the hell out of her. But he might not always be all cuddly and sweet and all that shit, just because that's not what men do. They just not that type of nurturing type creatures.
Affectionate.
Right. They're protectors. They're not affectionate type people. So he got to be reminded, hey, you respect her, show her love too. She needs that. Woman on the other.
So is that part of love? You saying showing that affection? That's part of it. Is that what you're saying?
That's
okay.
part of it. I'm just saying he might need to be reminded of that part. On the same token, the woman, man, she see her husband and she get all googly eyed and mushy and whatever. But he do this and fuck, I did this, and he ain't. She got to be reminded to, you know what? Respect that man. You love him, now respect him, because you supposed to.
She
do
got to
both.
be reminded.
So just like he got to be reminded to show.
So
the part
what you're
that's
saying
not
is a lot of
natural to
people just
him.
forgetting about all this stuff in the relationship.
People do what's natural to them, and they don't go that extra yard.
Here's what I don't like. A lot of times the word submission is associated with the woman doing a lot of domestic things.
Right.
Right. And so
then women be
cooking,
like,
laundry.
I'm not
So
cooking.
right. Like me, I don't even want a woman to be submissive to me. To do anything. I like to do my own shit. I like to cook myself. I like to do my own laundry. I like to keep my mind busy. That's just how I am, right? So I don't really need that or whatever. Even with my girl, I'll be telling her, like, I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll go wash her car. I don't really care. It's just keeping my mind busy. That's the type of man I am. You see, went there, put the toilet together and all that. See, that's what I do. So, but my point of it is, it's always associated in a negative way from a woman's perspective, because I always see them. I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. Because me, you don't have to. But at the same time, then don't expect some of them old. That's what's like they want their cake and eat it too.
Well,
They don't want to be
and honestly,
old
I think
school.
that goes back.
I don't think
to the
anybody
shit
should be
we
doing
see on
anything.
TV.
Y'all learn how to fix cars. We learn how to cook. Everybody individual, because it's a partnership now. This is a new day, man. This ain't 1920s and 1910s. You can't selectively pick and choose what part of a relationship you want to be old school and what part you want to be new school. And both sides do that. Men do it too. Like certain aspects of the relationship, he want an old school woman.
I've been guilty of it. I had guys, you know, especially this true, being a thick girl. That's the way I'm gonna say it. And like, oh, can you cook? And I'm looking at it like,
what he looked at you because you thick as you say, and thought you could cook.
About some, I bet you could throw down. I'm serious. The funniest one ever. Oh my goodness. I ain't even gonna tell you how long ago this was. I was in Atlanta and in the underground. And there was a group outside. They were, you know, putting their thing out there. They had their music set up, trying to introduce themselves to the public. But they was going around with the little microphones or whatever, have people in order to sing. And he brought the microphone to me. I did my little thing, whatever, They kept going. So this dude comes up to me. He was like, "Oh my God, will you marry me?" And I bust out laughing because, I mean, he didn't even say, "What's your name?" He was just like, "Oh my God, will you marry me?" So it started laughing or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, you sing like that, and I bet you can." And he looked me up and he was like, "And I bet you can cook." I was like, motherfucker. So, I'm cracking.
That was a nice way to say you.
I mean,
he was
it
big
was
ass.
so funny. He was, "I bet you can cook." And I thought to myself, your hands ain't greasy. Can you fix a car? Can you build a house? You gonna go out and go hunt some deer or something like that?
Yeah,
what you bringing to the table?
That's the whole point.
And people get to talking about stuff like that, like the fact that you clean or cook or do something like that, it should be because you want to do it. When I get,
you enjoy doing those types. That's
either,
what pisses me off.
Either you
a lot of
enjoy
women
it,
who want to be like, let's say a woman want to be a stay-home mom or a housewife or whatever, right? She don't really get criticized. You know who criticizing her?
Other women
who are out there in the world. But they haven't thought about, well, maybe that's that woman's choice. Well, that she want to be home. Why are you criticizing her when she want to be home? I wouldn't want my woman at home anyway because, you know, you get lazy at home watching Wendy Williams all day. That's what happens. See, I've realized what happens with this submissive thing. Let me tell you, Essence, what happens.
Lord.
A lot of times, you know, women are defensive. Just like men are defensive to certain things and women are defensive to certain things. And that's one of them, right? So if you start trying to tell a woman what to do, that is not a good thing, right? But what happens is sometimes criticism or constructive criticism, we all need it. But if she's defensive or he's defensive, whoever, they're going to take it the wrong way. So my point of it is if I'm telling you you can't do this, then I shouldn't be telling you that. But if I'm coming at you saying, look, babes, you know, we got our little daughter. It's not a good thing for you to be sitting at home watching these talk shows all day and our little daughter is watching it, or you on the phone with your girlfriends gossiping all day. See, that's what's going on today. See, my mom and my grandma didn't do that. And that's what the women today don't understand. They doing a lot of negative shit and they don't understand it. Well, you know how you taking
what you just said is the reason submission is important to me, I think, in a family. Is like, as the father, as a protector, you looking ahead into a future. Mama tend to be looking at right now. My coddling, I'm spending time with my daughter, whatever. He looking down into the future, and that's his job. So,
and he should.
And he should. That's his
because
job.
Because if the money ain't right, you know who gonna get blamed?
So when he comes in and say, "Hey, I don't think you should be doing such thing," all right, if you're being submissive in that regard, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. But here's the part of the problem is when other people who ain't in a relationship see you doing those things and you in a relationship, they don't want to feel like, dang, I'm not in a relationship and it's my fault. So let me make you feel bad about what you're doing.
That's what this is all about. Yeah. This is all about women who can't keep a man.
Oh, that's men do that shit too.
Well, then it's about men who can't keep a woman.
You let your woman
and you know
do
what?
This?
And you know what? That's the biggest trick I've ever learned about dating.
when you
you
keep
might
people
you might
out
act
of
a
your
certain way,
relationship,
but you know, like I might act big and tough, but I know whatever my woman say, I'm gonna do. But that's what happens.
that's-
A lot of women. Let me tell you what a woman will do. Like you might do something nice to her, but she want to show off to her girls. look what he doing for me. Look what you know what I'm saying. That and you sitting there
and
going.
that's a part of growth too, because sometimes you got to grow out of stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. All a man is trying to do, not all the time, but a lot of times, if he's trying to tell you to do something, you should weigh: is it beneficial for the bigger picture? Now, if he's trying to tell you to go in there and do something or stay at home while he go out and rip and run the streets, then that's not cool. But if all he is saying is something like, look, babes, you can't be spending $400 every day. We're going to be broke.
Well,
you know, because she's an impulsive spender or something like that.
Right.
Then why shouldn't he be able to say something?
He should. He should. It's his job to say something.
Even if she's making her own money, it's still a team.
It's his job to say something. And it's her job to speak up and say things when she sees stuff going wrong. Because
women do that all the time.
It's
called nagging.
It's a team effort. No, how come like if a man do it, it's constructive criticism, but if a woman do it, it's nagging?
Well, we got to put some bass in our voice when we tell you to get your ass out there and fix the car.
And you know what's funny?
I mean, come on.
If you got a man, here's the one thing I look at it, right? Tell my nieces this. If you got to tell a man some certain things to do, then you better move on.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now. There's just certain things you shouldn't have to tell a man that he should just know to do.
Well, and that's the other thing. People always sitting there talking about, oh, well, he doesn't know how to be a good. Yeah, he does. He just don't want to. For whatever
or he may
reason.
he may be a good man to another woman.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he don't want to do it in this relationship. And people got to realize that the whole, like when you equate domestic things to being submissive, it's not going to make your man stay or go whether you do those things or not. It's the relationship itself. The relationship itself is going to make you want to do those things or not. Or if that's just not you, you're not going to do it. I remember the first time my dude asked me about cooking something for him, kiss my grits. Not cooking for you. I'm not a what? You want a maid? Go hire one. They 1-800 folk. You know, I'm not going to do it. But you know how he got me to cook for him?
How he do it?
He cooked for me.
Okay.
You know, you come in and do those kinds of things, and you're like,
so if your car break down, you're going to go fix his car first, then that way he can go work on your car or wash your car. See, what I'm saying is if people want to talk about these old roads, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You just got to decide. And you said it right there. You know what it's based on? How you really feel about that other person. It ain't really a woman thing. It ain't really a man thing or a relationship thing. It's an individual relationship, a situational. Every specific relationship is different.
It is, but you have to look at it too. Like what you're doing is not going to make that person stay or go. You doing what you think is right for that relationship. And if they feel the same way, they're going to do it too. And then you both give it 100%. It's not oh, well, if he do this, I'll do that thing.
Yeah, but some women are like that.
Well, then they don't belong in relationships yet.
You know that. You know that. Sometimes a woman is not going to do something until she see because her guards is up.
Right.
And I understand why women react that way because they've been treated so bad by so many different type of guys. Or whatever, right? So what happens is their guards is up. So a lot of times they need to see something. You need to do certain things to get them guards to come down.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of men are sitting there going, if I got to waste all this energy just to bring the guards down and how our relationship going, you know. But I can see where the woman coming from. Like, okay, well, I don't want to go through that again. For example, if a woman was sleeping around all of a sudden, whatever, right? And then it didn't work out for her. And then all of a sudden she say, I ain't sleeping with nobody until I get married. Right. But then all of a sudden she meet a new guy and he's cool. She going to want him to wait. And she going to label him a good guy based on if he's waiting or coming at her terms or her standards. Because that's all I hear from women all the time. I got standards. I got this. I got that. But if a man has standards, he got that, it's getting labeled in some kind of negative way.
Like what?
Let's say he might.
Because quite frankly, if I see a man with standards, I appreciate that. If he out there doing what he's supposed to be doing, I appreciate it. Because
but what if he ain't? What if he say no? Here's what I'm saying. What if the man's standards is? It could be something negative, like you a big girl. What if his standards is, well, I am not dating a woman over 110 pounds, right? So now, but you like him. So instead of you saying, okay, man, I all right, bro, you got standards. All right. No different than women have standards, right? You're not going to sit there and say, oh, that motherfucker only likes skinny women. Or that man, you know that's going to happen.
Guilty.
Huh?
I've done it. But, because I'm like, okay, you just going to miss out.
I was trying to tell this sister, whatever, right, when she was saying it wasn't a lot of good men. But I was trying to tell her, from the media analytical point of view, it's like, as a black man and as a black woman, we both are in a similar situation, right? But the difference is, in real life, we both in the same situation, because when in a relationship, it's man give and take. Some people giving more, some people taking more, whatever, right? That's on it. But what's happened is the media has came into play. So she was referencing a Tyler Perry movie because she's a single mom.
Gosh.
But she's a single mom, right? So she referenced to the one movie where the single mom had her guards up and all that. So she was trying to explain to me, because I was like, well, I ain't really never really watched, But I kind of vaguely remembered it. But my point of it is that's my point, sister. I was saying, if you look at the media, movies, every aspect, ask yourself this: who are being treated worse relationship-wise, men or women? Black men or black women? Who are being treated worse?
In movies?
Just in media
life?
in general. Yeah, in media in general.
Probably the women.
Are you out your damn mind?
In terms of the media?
I ain't never seen no male movies other than the rappers.
Okay, so you saying you don't
Other than the rappers,
you saying you don't see movies where black men are being good or whatever, and their woman is running around on them and stuff like that
consistently. Do you see that on a consistent basis? If they have a man cheating, like if there's a good man in a row and the man is cheating, and the woman is cheating, what they're gonna show you is somewhere she's missing something. Maybe he's a square, he's just not doing something right or whatever, right? Where when they show the man cheating, he just straight up dog. Well, rough.
Isn't that usually the case in real life?
See, that's my point.
Or does the media just make us think that that's the case in real life?
That's my point.
Where
they've taken isolated issues. I'll give you a prime example.
Like a man cheat because he can.
My whole point of it is this: when I'm talking about the media and black relationships, this is my point. When you watching sports, I remember years ago I used to watch sports, and then at halftime, especially in big games, they will be showing how great a single mom of the player, whatever, right?
Right.
They showing this black single mom, right? They're making a story showing you how hard she worked 2 jobs and her son made it and now he bought her a house or whatever, right? That's real shit, right? And what I was my whole point of that is, yes, that's real stuff, but they're not showing that to show you how strong the black woman is. That's not why that's being presented.
It's showing you to show the absence of the black man, because when they
and so what I've tried to make sisters say, it's like, bro, I'm trying to show you that they've taken our individual flaws or mistakes or whatever it is and made it as we all do it. Just like me talking to a rapper. I try to talk to the black woman like I would talk to rappers. Okay, brother, you went through, you've been around drugs. That is a part of the community. I'm not criticizing you because that's your reality. I'm criticizing you because you don't understand that motherfucker in a suit and tie is using your story. See what I'm saying?
To make that reality everybody.
So, sister, that man is using your story. Like if it's on Jerry Springer, Murray, he's using your story to make it look like all of us is that way. And that's how I be trying to talk to sisters. I know y'all go through shit. Hell, I done took some back in the day.
What, yesterday?
Yeah, you funny. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
So that's what's so hard about black relationships, because women are treated bad. And there's not a lot of men who've been raised, to be a man because the absent father. But what I don't like is when they, like we was just talking about the Duggars, but they always put their images up here. Like they something great. Right? Because they hide their negative shit. And so I'm saying.
For 15 years.
See, we keep it real. That's why our laundry is dirty. Because we keep it real. We keep it, as they say, 100, which I don't think we should. I'm not saying hide some of the shit we do, but I'm saying, why put your shit on Front Street when you know that man is going to use it to his advantage?
Right. And you constantly see people steadily rocking that. The whole idea of gold diggers, or even at this point in time, men being gold diggers, and and people have those histories and they don't want to let their guards down and they don't want to be real with the next person, then that relationship's going to be messed up because you bringing that old stuff into the new.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of us do. Men do it. We just as guilty as women, you know. So with that, the only thing I'm going to say on that is
do your own laundry?
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
You know, even if me and my girl move in together, I really can't see me, you know. Now, if she's a stay-home mom and he's working 40, but if y'all both working, y'all both should be splitting everything. That's how I look at it. Hell, you know, you could need to be cooking 3-4 days a week too. Like, I think everything should be split if both people are working. The only time a woman should really be at home doing domestic shit without the man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hardcore domestic shit. If she decided I want to be a stay-home mom and that's her job. But if two people got the same job and they both, you doing 40, I'm doing 40, I shouldn't expect. There are men who literally expect you to come home after your hard day at work and cook and do laundry. I think that's crazy. I really do.
I concur.
I do. So that's when submissive gets a bad connotation, or however you want to put that. So next week in lifestyles, you know what we're going to talk about? I just thought about something. We're going to talk about, are men really intimidated by successful women?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You going to be ready for that?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one, huh?
That's a good one.
All right. All right, folks. Until next week, peace.
Be great.
All right.